Many people assume that high intelligence is simply about possessing a vast amount of information, remembering every fact, having all the answers, and knowing everything about every subject. However, that is not actually the case. The true distinction between smart people and everyone else is not found in the volume of their knowledge. Instead, it is found in their mental processes, how they perceive challenges, and how they manage the types of situations that cause stress for most people. You do not need to have a photographic memory or achieve perfect grades to be considered an intelligent person. You simply need to learn how to think the way smart people do. Today, I'm going to share 5 straightforward ways that intelligent individuals utilize their brains in a different manner. These concepts are not difficult to grasp, yet the majority of people never actually learn them. If you begin to implement these strategies in your own life, you will see a transformation immediately. People will start to come to you for your perspective. Challenges will not cause you as much anxiety, and you will feel a greater sense of authority over your circumstances. So let us get started. First, they do not struggle to always be right. This is a concept that many people misunderstand. When someone expresses a different opinion, most people treat it like a battle. They engage in arguments. They become frustrated. They try to demonstrate that the other person is incorrect or unintelligent. Smart people, however, take a completely different approach. Instead of being combative, they ask questions. They ask real questions, not leading questions intended to make someone look foolish. They say things like, "Please help me understand your reasoning," or "What experiences led you to feel that way?" They are not trying to win a debate. They are trying to gain knowledge. And the most interesting part is this. When you stop fighting and start inquiring, people actually begin to listen to you. They do not feel the need to be defensive. They become more open. That is the point where genuine conversation occurs and where people's minds can actually change. Intelligent people are aware of this secret. You cannot force someone to agree with you, but you can assist them in thinking through their own ideas. And when they do that, they often end up changing their own perspectives. Second, they focus on the larger context. Most individuals get caught up in minor issues. They fail a single test and conclude that they are not smart. Someone rejects them and they feel like they have no value. They have one difficult day and believe that everything is falling apart. But smart people zoom out like a camera lens. They do not just see one poor test result. They see a pattern. Perhaps they need to change their study methods. Perhaps they need more rest. Perhaps they need assistance with a specific subject. They do not view rejection as evidence that they are inadequate. They see it as a piece of information. What can they discover from it? What can they attempt next time? When you broaden your perspective, problems turn into puzzles, and puzzles are things that can be solved. Smart people ask themselves, what is really happening here? What is within my control? What should I try next? They do not fall into a panic. Instead, they create a plan. Third, they only focus their concern on what they can actually change. This is a massive point. Most people spend an incredible amount of energy worrying about things they have no power over, such as what their friends think, whether it will rain, if their boss is in a bad mood, or what might happen next week. All of that anxiety does nothing but leave them feeling drained and stressed. Intelligent people follow a very simple rule. If I cannot control it, I do not dwell on it. Instead, they put their focus on what they can influence. You cannot control the weather, but you can choose to bring an umbrella. You cannot control other people's opinions, but you can control being honest and kind. You cannot control if you get a job, but you can control doing your absolute best during the interview. This approach saves them a significant amount of energy that can be used to actually solve problems and improve their situation. When you stop worrying about every little thing, you can start fixing the things that truly matter. Fourth, they use silence as a powerful tool. Many people are intimidated by quiet moments. When there is a gap in a conversation, they feel a rush to fill it. They say the first thing that enters their mind. They talk just for the sake of talking, but smart people are comfortable with silence. They take time to think before they speak. They listen much more than they talk. They allow other people to fully finish their thought. And there is a very cool effect. Silence makes people pay attention. When you pause before you answer, people assume your response is going to be important. When you listen without interrupting, people feel truly heard. Quiet individuals often appear more intelligent than those who are loud. This isn't because they know more, but because they are careful with their words. Try this. The next time someone asks you a question, count to 3 in your head before you answer. You will be surprised at how much better your responses become. Fifth, they choose to pause instead of reacting impulsively. This might be the most vital habit of all. Most people react to everything immediately. If someone cuts them off in traffic, they get angry right away. If someone says something unkind, they snap back. If something doesn't go their way, they complain or give up. But smart people do something different. They pause. When something bothers them, they take a deep breath. They ask themselves, is this truly worth getting upset about? What is the most effective way to handle this? When someone is rude, they do not fire back. They think, this person might be having a difficult day. How can I respond in a way that is helpful? This is not about being weak. It is about being intelligent. The person who remains calm while everyone else is getting emotional is the one who has the power. The person who thinks while others simply react is the one who makes better choices. Ultimately, this means you do not need to be the loudest person in the room. You do not need to know everything. You do not need perfect grades or a fancy education. You just need to think differently than most people. Ask questions instead of arguing. Look for patterns instead of panicking over single problems. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. Get comfortable with quiet moments and pause before you react to anything. Most people won't do these things. They'll keep arguing, worrying, and reacting to everything. But if you practice these 5 habits, something amazing will happen. You'll start seeing solutions where others see problems. You'll stay calm when others get stressed. You'll make better decisions because you're thinking, not just reacting. People will start coming to you for advice. They will want to know how you stay so cool under pressure. And the best part is that none of this requires you to be born smart or special. It just requires you to pay attention, to think before you act, and to choose your responses instead of just reacting. That's what real intelligence looks like, and now you know how to build it. Here's what I want you to do right now. Pick just one of these 5 habits. Don't try to do all of them at once. That's how most people fail. Maybe you want to start pausing before you react, or maybe you want to practice asking questions instead of arguing. Choose one and focus on it for the next week. And here's something that'll help you stick with it. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell. Why? Because I make videos like this every week, videos that help you think better, feel more confident, and handle life's challenges. When you subscribe, you're not just getting more content, you're joining a community of people who want to grow and think differently. Also, if this video helped you, give it a thumbs up. It helps other people find these ideas too, and drop a comment below. Tell me which of these 5 habits you're going to try first. I read every single comment and I love hearing about your progress. Remember, you don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start thinking differently, one habit at a time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.